Hey guys, it's Silver here, and I know that this is not exactly a normal video, but I am here with my good buddy, Jordan, aka Cuttlefish.
Yep. Hi, it's good to be here.
Yeah, and so we have a little something for you. We are going to be giving our 2 cents on Nando V Movies' big collab project, which is One Excellent Scene. Now, you might have known about his previous one, which was One Marvelous Scene, and basically he's doing another one for the X-Men movies. Well, X-Men in general. And we thought that we'd throw our hat in the ring, so we both ended up picking a scene from two of the X-Men movies, namely from Fox's X-Men movies. And we are going to give our thoughts on these scenes in two separate videos. For this one will be posted on my channel, and
And it makes sense for my video to be about my scene?
well, yes, because it's going to be on your channel.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. So, when you're done watching this, definitely check in on the top right corner where we'll have linked Jordan's side of this. And we'll also have the playlist, of course, for the One Excellent Scene, so you can check everybody out. But anyways, let's get into my scene then. So, the movie I ended up picking from is from X-Men Days of Future Past. A movie that I personally really liked, and I thought it was a really fun movie. It had some great action, some really emotional scenes, and just an overall great movie that definitely made a big impact in the X-Men franchise. That definitely breathed some new life into the franchise, at least for a little bit. But in particular, the scene that we're talking about is the scene in which we get to see Quicksilver in action in a scene I like to call Time in a Bottle, which is obviously named for the song that plays during this scene. So, to set the stage, Magneto has just gotten broken out of prison, and they are in the kitchen. We have an intense little spat between Charles and Eric, and then they are surrounded by cops and about to get shot. And at this point, the scene ends up slowing down, and we get to see, for about a minute and a half, Quicksilver running in slow motion to try and stop these guards from shooting everybody. And overall, it's a very interesting scene that I can definitely say really works for three major points in particular. So, starting off with the first point is the choice of the song. Of course, most people might think Time in a Bottle
Like,
as a
haha, it has
song.
time in it. Haha.
Exactly. But honestly, it is a good pick for the scene because of how serene it is. The song ends up giving a bit of a serene feeling to it with its calm and slow music, which is definitely contrasting the intensity that's felt by the scene. The cop's about to shoot, Magneto is about to use his powers to try and kill these cops, and it overall feels very tense. But then it ends up breaking through this with this calm song, and it definitely puts us inside of Quicksilver's head for how he wants to de-escalate the situation. As it definitely shows Quicksilver's mindset of how different super speed feels to him.
Mhm.
As most people would think super speed would kind of feel like a bit of a rush. But for him, it feels calming, serene. He feels at peace.
Yeah. This is the moment where he enters a state of flow, and the transition from normal time into what is our time in a bottle time allows us to look at who's now in control of the scene. Who is the scene about? And as we shift over from our perspective and directing and camera motions of who is on camera, we have the music and we have the environment and we have the special effects all follow those things. And it's wonderful to see how the idea of de-escalating a situation instead of escalating it through threats and very, very real violence and the concussive blasts of bullets, we're able to resolve these issues.
It definitely felt a very interesting scene that definitely contrasted with the tension that was felt a few moments before. And it definitely really helps to set the scene for this small 1 minute and 30-second clip. Anyways, the second part that I would have to talk about is with how, during the slow motion, you can still feel the impact of everything. And it definitely really works because despite the fact that we're seeing this all in slow motion, Quicksilver is moving at super fast speeds.
Take things slow down, we usually don't correlate slowing down with power. But this is merely a snapshot into a huge thing going on. We already know that anybody who's taken a physics class means that if something is going twice as fast, it's hitting 4 times as hard or with 4 times as much energy. So if he's moving all around the room within less than a blink, the single poke to a cheek will just send somebody flying across the room. That's a lot of energy because that's a lot of speed.
And we definitely see that in which when he pokes one of the guards' cheek, you can see a ripple effect, and it's really interesting to see how this ripple effect cascades throughout his face and just like moves it in slow motion. It definitely really works really well for the scene overall.
It really opens the door of a new perspective of speed, and I like how it never turns off the idea of going fast.
It definitely really works, and heck, some other movies later on will definitely take inspiration from this. The one that comes to my mind is Sonic the Hedgehog, where we get the bar fight scene in Sonic. But that would be getting off topic to talk about that, so we'll just move on to our third point that we have, which is mainly with Quicksilver's personality that's shown at full force throughout this entire scene.
I think it's a really beautiful thing when the mechanics of the storytelling match with the thematics of the storytelling, of how the problem solving fits the character. And this is an amazing example.
Yeah, because Quicksilver has been shown earlier on to be this very goofy, carefree person, and we definitely get to see that as he goes through the scene. At the start of the scene, we see him running along the wall, kind of at a brisk jog, as he isn't really showing any sort of gravity to the situation, like he has a bit of levity to it. And heck, when he sees a bunch of kitchen stuff flying up, he takes a bit of it with his finger and licks his finger, just to show how he has this sort of goofy personality to him. And it's definitely shown when he pokes the guard with a finger, when he pants the guy, where he pulls up his pants. I guess that's more giving him a wedgie, but still.
Deep-pantsing?
Deep-pantsing. He flips him with his underwear, or with his pants. Where he ends up taking the guy's hat and putting it on his head, and it's just really fun. He feels very fun-loving and cool. But he also seems to get lost in it, because there's a scene where he kind of just stares, seeing the bullets coming closer to Professor X and Magneto, and he just quickly goes over and picks the bullets away. But you see that little bit of shock on his face where he's like, oh, right, I need to go and save them. Where he kind of gets, like, the main thing is he gets lost in the moment, and then he flashes himself back. He flashes himself back to getting to business of, protecting these guys, in which he ends up moving the bullets in kind of, like, a bit of meticulousness to it, in kind of a goofy way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he's not trying to, like, punch or push these bullets out of the way. He's like, and I'm gonna put this over here.
And it's just really fun. Overall, this scene is just really fun. And I don't think you need to be too deep for this. I don't think that you need to be too deep for showing a character's personality. And that's definitely what I see with this scene. And that's what makes it one excellent scene. Anyways, so that was my one excellent scene. If you want to hear Jordan's one excellent scene, which he will talk about an important scene from Deadpool, you can check up in the top right, like I said before. As well, we'll have the playlist for you to check out all of the other people who have uploaded videos for this collab, in which we have a lot of different amazing people uploading so many different videos on different scenes. We've got Nando V Movies, obviously. We've got Overly Sarcastic Productions, where both Red and Blue of Overly Sarcastic Productions posted a video. We have people like Hello Future Me, Nerd Sync, High Top Films, just a lot of really fun people.
We can honestly just spend like a whole video in itself listing out the participants.
Fair enough. And anyways, so, Jordan, if you'd like to tell us where we can find you.
Absolutely. On YouTube, you could find me as the Cuttlefish Commentary, where I'll usually post things about game design and storytelling narrative design. I'll also be posting things as Cuttlefish Tweet on the Twitters.
Yep, and if you're following along through the playlist and you just found me through random, hi, I'm Sylver Blaze. I talk about games and TV shows and just a lot of interesting and fun stuff. Gonna try and post more stuff on this channel from here on out, but anyways, until next time, everybody, shine on, gamers!